Now I'm going to talk about the eyes and the mouth. Okay, so we've got our loops established. Now I feel like I want to create the cavities for the eyes and the mouth. To do that, I'm going to go to face mode, select the eye, and I'm going to hit E for extrude, bring that back, turn on proportional editing, I'm sorry, X-ray, and then I can scale, and I can scale it straight. Okay, I know that's kind of a weird concept, but I'm just taking this green scale handle and I'm scaling perpendicular to kind of the angle that it was, and now it's nice and straight. Then if I look at it from the inside, and I can even zoom in to the inside of the head here, maybe I'll turn off X-ray, and then I'm just going to kind of think about, okay, that's where the eyes would be, maybe Control R, and then scale this kind of north and south, and move this straight up. And I feel like that's pretty good. So I feel like what we have here is kind of like an empty, or kind of an area that we're going to put the eyeball into. And then we're going to do the same thing with the mouth. I'm going to come down here, select this, and again, looking at it from the side, press E for extrude, and then now I can kind of move this back. And again, you can see how the shape of that looks kind of weird, but if I go to scale, and if I scale towards it, you can see how it's moving it straight. Okay, so not that it has to be straight, but I feel like kind of a nice trick. And there we can see that it's all the way back here, and then I'm going to come into the inside, Control R, scale this up, and what I'm thinking about is kind of making this cavity, this area for, let's say if the character had, if the character has teeth and a tongue, I want kind of an area to put that in. Think of it as kind of like putting in dentures into your character. Now I can take this off, and now I can kind of see this a little bit better. And I can see how wide the mouth is open. That's okay. I'm going to go Control R right here. Oh, and I can't work on that side. I have to be working on this side because of my mirror modifier. Just kind of bring that close to the end here. And now I'm going to use scale, and that's going to help kind of close this. And again, if I look at it from the front, yeah, that's looking pretty good. And now maybe I'll make a few adjustments here. And then I can see that looks like these are kind of sticking out a little bit too far, so I'll kind of bring that back. Bring these back. I'm just kind of untangling it. I'm not really super concerned with how good it looks right now. Again, that's more of a sculpting thing that's what I'll care about that. Okay, excellent. Now that I have that, I feel like I want a split to go right through the mouth right here, so I'm going to go Control R, and I can see that that split now goes through the mouth, and that's exactly what I want there. Okay, and for the eyes, I want to create a physical piece of geometry that's going to represent the eyes, or that will be the eyes. So to do that, I want to make sure that I'm in object mode. If I'm not in object mode, it's going to become part of this model. I want it to be an independent entity. So I'm going to go into object mode, hit tab, or I can come over here to go to object mode, Shift A, Mesh, UV Sphere. When this appears, okay, and you can see that it appeared, if it appeared anywhere other than the center, the reason that it did that, and I'll just press Control Z, is because my 3D cursor was right there. Okay, so if you accidentally hold down Shift and right mouse click, you can see that your 3D cursor moves. Okay. Now if you want the 3D cursor to be back at the center, I can do Shift S, and then I can say cursor to world origin. Okay. So even if you don't see that 3D cursor, if I have it turned off, it's still able to move. So just kind of be careful with that. I'm just gonna maybe I'll leave it on. I can just kind of see it there. And now if I go Shift A, I can see that I can go to create UV sphere, and I can see that it appears right there. I'm going to put my segments to 16 because that divides it nice evenly in half this way and evenly in half that way. I'm also going to rotate it, so I can start rotating it this way, and then I can just type in 90. And then if I want to look at it from the front, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to position this where the eye would be. So I'm going to bring it up like that. I think it's a little too big, so I'm going to press S. I'm going to make sure that my cursor is away from the center. Press S, and I can bring it way down like that. And again, like this, press S. Okay, excellent. And I think that for this, I think the side view is going to be super important. And the reason is because I can see the eyeball here. Okay, we can see right there. I can see that that is exactly the, you know, the farthest out that it's going to go. And if I turn this on, I can see that that's what it looks like. So I feel like I should not push this eye to fit this. I feel like I should fit the head to you know, work with the eye, because I'm more confident that the eye is in the correct place. Okay, so now that I have that eye in, to get the other eye, I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go Control C, Control V, and now I can see that it duplicated it. I'm going to come down here to the modifier wrench. I'm going to go to mirror, and now it mirrored, but it mirrored in place where it is. But if I go to mirror object, and if I select this object, it's going to mirror against the body, which this is the center line, so now it's going to be perfectly over here, and that's what I want. Okay, excellent. Now I've got that, so now I can come in here, and I should be able to hit Tab to go into edit mode, and then make a few adjustments, just pulling these forward or back. And again, I don't care if it's going to be perfect right now, just because I can make adjustments during the sculpting phase. And when I'm looking at this, I can see, if we look really close here, when I move this, it looks like I have an extra extraction, okay, an extra loop here. And one way that I can get rid of that is I just kind of move that in like that. I could press Alt, or I could go into Edge mode, Alt, click on it, or just Shift click on it like that, and then I can hit Delete, and then I can say Dissolve Edges, and now that got rid of them. Okay, cool. So that was just a mistake on the extrusion itself. And sometimes that happens, you got to correct those things. But it's better to kind of find that out now than later. Okay, and I think that I'm going to bring this and bring that back there. Okay, and again, that might be the best that we can do on the eye. Let's see, maybe that can come forward a little bit. I'm just kind of concerned about these points just kind of hitting the eye. Again, might look kind of weird, again, boxy, but I feel like that's okay. Bring this back. Okay, great. So our character's really coming together here, making some good progress. All right, let's move on to the next lesson.